Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Cary Ganz, and I am a prosthodontist, that's a dentist, here in Garden City, New York, directly across from Roosevelt Field Mall and the new Neiman Marcus. And my phone number is 516-741-1230, just in case anybody has any questions, etc. The topic for today is a patient's guide to porcelain veneers. And the reason I'm doing this is last night I had the opportunity to listen to a webinar from a fabulous dentist out on the West Coast, where he talked about his process for porcelain veneers. And I thought that maybe patients here would like to know how we do it and how our process, very, very similar to this fellow out on the West Coast. So just as it's like a primer for porcelain veneers. So in case you don't know what they are, maybe you're confused, maybe you're thinking about having porcelain veneers done, this may help a little bit. So what is a porcelain veneer? Porcelain veneer is like a fake fingernail to put on your tooth. That's basically what it is. It's a thin shell of porcelain that is placed on teeth for cosmetic reasons, typically cosmetic reasons. You have spaces between your teeth, chips, slight abrasion, rotated teeth, the color you don't like, all of the things that when you smile make you unhappy about your smile. These are not necessarily used to create function like a cap would do. They're typically a cosmetic covering, just so when you smile, you have the kind of smile you've always wanted. And they can fix a multitude of sins. So if you have big open spaces, cracked teeth, whatever, they're not meant to replace teeth, but they're meant to make your smile that much prettier. So how are they done? What is the process for making these porcelain veneers? Okay, so the first thing is you have to sit down with your dentist, myself, if you prefer, and discuss what your goals are. What are you looking to do to fix your smile? Is it the color? Is it the closed spaces? Would you like your teeth longer, shorter, whatever? You want pinstripes? What is your goal for your smile? Because that really is where we need to begin. The saying, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. What we may think as beauty may not be what you think. And with porcelain veneers, we want to gauge that as quickly as possible. Now, we will give you a test run or a test drive with your veneers. I'll explain that in a minute. So, first step is consultation. What is it that you're looking to accomplish? What is it that you're looking to do with your smile? Then we obviously need our records. We need x-rays. We need study casts. We need various tools to enable us to create that smile that you've always wanted. How do we do that? So we take our impressions, we take our notes, and we send it to our technicians. They then go ahead and on the study cast, they wax up in tooth-colored wax what we believe to be the smile that you want. But once again, we still don't know that this is really what you want. So that's your first visit. First visit is consultation. We take a couple of simple impressions. We take some photographs. We talk about your smile, etc. The second visit, we're going to prepare your teeth. Now, how is this done? Well, there are two types of veneers. There's no prep and there's prep. What do I mean? Well, no prep means, obviously, we don't basically touch your teeth. We may smooth down certain areas, but we basically don't touch your teeth. And the veneers are placed over your teeth. Now, this can't be done typically on lower teeth because of the way the bite is, there's no room. For the most part, it's done on upper teeth. And even there, it's got to be done in such a way that your teeth don't become overly large. They don't protrude. They don't look like, horse teeth. Or people used to say piano keys. So non-prep veneers are limited in their function. They can be used only at certain points in time. But that's something we can discuss. And there are times we do. They used to be called lumineers. That was a marketing term. But a non-prep veneer is just basically a covering directly over your tooth. Most of the time, we need to do prep veneers because we need to make corrections. We need to fix rotations. We need to fix chips. We need to change the color in a more dramatic way, etc. So we have to prepare your teeth. Now, veneers are the least invasive procedure I think we do in dentistry for cosmetic reasons. And what we do is we take off about 1/2 millimeter or less of your tooth structure from the facial part and the biting, the incisal part, the biting part, the edge. 1/2 millimeter is roughly the thickness of your fingernail. And then that small little veneer, we can go ahead and create the color, the shape, etc. that you need. Now, so on that second visit, your teeth are prepared 1/2 millimeter off this way and 1/2 millimeter off the biting edge. We take impressions, we take certain other models, we take photographs, and then we have, from the model that we created from the first visit, this cosmetic wax-up, we now can make temporary veneers for you. So you leave with a representation of what your smile is going to look like in a temporary material. It's a composite material. So you get a chance to quote-unquote test drive your smile. So when you go home in the privacy of your own bathroom, in the mirror of your car, whatever it may be, you can then go ahead and look at your teeth. Are they too short? Are they too long? Are they too fat? Are they too skinny? Would you like this one a little shorter, this one rounded? Whatever it may be. So you can then give us a call and say, Dr. Ganz, I'd like to have the two front teeth a little bit longer. I can then tell my lab, look at the study cast, and give me teeth that are a little bit longer. All right, if you want your tooth rotated a little bit, or if you want them flatter, if you want all the edges straight across, or you'd like the edges rotated, whatever it may be, we now give you the opportunity, before we actually fabricate the veneers, to test drive it. This is, I believe, one of the most important steps. Years ago, we never even put temporaries on. We didn't have the materials. But thanks to the advancements that have been made in our profession, we now have materials that we can use to duplicate what we think your smile should look like. But once again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. What I like, and my technicians like, may not be what you envision your smile to be. That, in the end of the day, is what's important. So now, that's your second visit. Okay, that's usually a week apart, give or take. The third visit in our practice is you come in, the temporary veneers are removed, and we try in the actual veneer. You're able to look at it. We don't put them on permanently until such time as you say you're thrilled. You get a chance to look at them. Now, you can't move around a lot because they just basically place on your teeth. But you do get a chance to look, did we accomplish the goals that you wanted? Is the color what you want? The shape, the length, all of that, is that basically what you're looking to accomplish? If you're happy, we then bond the veneers on in a permanent basis. They are not retrievable, they are not removable, they get bonded with a permanent material. And you then get a chance to go home and enjoy your new veneers. So that is basically the process. It's as simple as all that. In 2 or 3 visits, you can have the kind of smile you've always wanted and be able to enjoy for years and years to come. One of the questions we always get asked is, how long will veneers last? Well, I have patients, believe it or not, that have veneers on over 30 years. Now, that doesn't mean that all veneers last 30 years. That's just not true. And nobody can make you that promise. It just can't be done. Because patients have habits. Teeth are different, one individual to another. But typically, veneers can last many, many years and give you a great service for a long period of time. They do require a little bit of care. Now, we have to understand what porcelain is. Porcelain is a material that doesn't bend. So if you take your veneers and you're going to try to open a bottle with your front teeth, you'll break the veneer. Now, I know you're saying, heck, I would never do that. But that's just not real. I mean, we have patients doing all kinds of silly things, biting into pencils and pens, opening packages with her teeth, chewing on ice. I have one lady who loves to chew on ice. She breaks porcelain, and she understands it. I have another patient who's a wrestling coach who puts a whistle between his front teeth. And I've said to him, please wear a mouth guard. Can't do it. I can't use my whistle. So periodically he breaks teeth. But with normal wear and tear and a little bit of thought process, veneers can last you many, many, many years. And you can enjoy the smile that you've always wanted. Now, if you have any questions, hello, Brian. If you have any questions whatsoever, I'll sit here for a minute because I know it's early in the morning, but I usually do these things before my first patient arrives. So I have nothing to do here. I always get to the office real early. We're here, my first patient starts at 8 in the morning. I'm here by 7:30. So I do my paperwork, I review whatever has to be reviewed, and then I have a chance to sit and chat. So if there are any questions, please put them in. I see there are a bunch of people on this call. This will go out, obviously, as a recording. I would appreciate it if you would share it and like it. If you're in the Long Island area and you're interested, if you mention this video, which is the only way I know people actually look at these things, if you mention this video, the initial consultation is at no cost. We'll talk about your smile, we'll talk about what we can do for you, give you an idea of cost and time and all those kinds of things. And then you can make a decision as to what you want to do. If you're out of town and you have a question, also feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to talk, even though you may not become a patient. I may be able to give you some advice. Or just ask your dentist. I mean, most dentists today can provide you with good, well-served porcelain veneers. Just another thing, a term that's being bantered around for some reason is the idea of a cosmetic dentist. Now, a lot of us have credentials. You know, I happen to be a prosthodontist, and there are dentists out there who've spent a lot of years in postgraduate education, have attended major courses with some of the best dentists in the world, and they've credentialed themselves. That's fine. But there is no such thing as a cosmetic dentist. There's no term. It's kind of silly when you think about it. Every dentist should be a cosmetic dentist. We should not be putting anything in the mouth that not only provides function, removes pain and infection, but also is cosmetic. I mean, you know, do you ever hear of an uncosmetic dentist, someone who puts in ugly things? So the term cosmetic dentist, don't be fooled by that. You have to look for someone with experience. You have to look for someone you can put your trust in. Just because someone calls them a cosmetic dentist doesn't mean they're a cosmetic dentist. There's no such term. So I just want to throw that out there because it's always bothered me over the years for some silly reason. Once again, there are dentists who do cosmetic dentistry, and that's all they do. And there's some very, very fine dentists out there that do amazing stuff. But just that term has always bothered me. Just ask maybe to see cases they've done, maybe ask what the procedures are. I've given you what we do. I'm sure there are other dentists out there that do different things in their own way, more complicated, less complicated. But at the end, every dentist should provide you with the cosmetics you want. That's just the end of the game. So we're getting over here. It's over 10 minutes. I don't like to keep these things too long. Thank you. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. My profession is something I've cherished for a lot of years. And I think that patients need to have the information. So I hope it provided you with some. And please, like it, comment on it, pin it, whatever. I don't know, whatever one does on Facebook. I'm not all that knowledgeable about it. And once again, if you're interested, you can always reach me at 516-741-1230. We're here in Garden City, New York. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If I don't see any more questions, keep smiling.